Some irrational radicals will not be like terms, but could be put in simplest radical form. In these cases, simplify, then collect any like terms. So the square root of 12 can also be rewritten as the square root of 4 times 3, and this can be rewritten as the square root of 4 times the square root of 3, and the square root of 4 is 2. So now we have, and we still have this negative square root of 3 at the end here. So now we have 2 times the square root of 3 minus the square root of 3. These are like terms, so we can combine the coefficients. 2 and negative 1 give us 1. So the answer is the square root of 3. Here we can rewrite these based on the square root of 2. So 8 can also be rewritten as 2 squared times 2. And then we have plus 3 times the square root of 2 minus 5 times the square root of. So here we have 24, which is 4 times 6. So let's cancel some of these things out. So this 2 squared, we can cancel out that squared and move this 2 out front, giving us 2 times the square root of 2. We still have 1 2 left in there. Plus 3 times the square root of 2. Minus, alright, so 4 is really 2 squared, so we can take this 2 and move that out front. So that becomes negative 10 times the square root of 6, and here we have some like terms, square root of 2, square root of 2, so we can combine 2 and 3 into 5 times the square root of 2 minus 10 times the square root of 6. And there you go. The same goes for expressions containing variables. Let's try these. So we have 4x times the square root of x squared times x. I'm rewriting x cubed as x squared times x. And then over here, we can't simplify this anymore yet, but we have 2x squared times the square root of x. Now, this squared cancels out if we take this x and move it out front. This gives us 4x squared, because we're multiplying 4x times x. Then we have the square root of x left behind, minus 2x squared times the square root of x. Now look at this. We have like terms. Square root of x, square root of x. We also have x squared in both. Therefore, we can combine 4 and negative 2 to give us 2x squared times the square root of x. Over here, let's rewrite y to the third as, here at the beginning, minus 9 times the square root of y squared times y, which is the same thing as y cubed. So then this squared cancels, this y moves out front, and we have 7y times the square root of y minus 9y times the square root of y, because there's still this y left. Now we have like terms. We have a y and a square root of y, a y and a square root of y. Therefore, we can combine the numbers 7 and negative 9 to negative 2y times the square root of y. And here are the answers.